everyone. Welcome to another edition of Brazil Bound, presented by Castrol GTX High Mileage. I'm Simon Borg, joined by former U.S. National Team assistant Jesse Marsch. And Jesse, lots of talk about this diamond formation that the U.S. has been employing in the last couple games. But looking ahead at the World Cup and the group that awaits the U.S., is the diamond formation the way to go?
For me, it's not. And it's mostly because I think we need to start with a more defensive posture in our midfield. And for me, that would require two defensive midfielders, and that being Michael Bradley, tilting him a little bit deeper, and then whether it's Jermaine Jones or Kyle Beckerman. Okay. Whether then you play a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1 are semantics for me, but I like when Michael starts a little bit deeper and creates a better foundation in the midfield defensively, and then knowing that he can join in the attack when he sees fit and uses mobility.
And that's because these opponents are tough ones, and you figure they'll have the possession in these games?
Yes, and I think, again, if we can kind of sit back and absorb some of the pressure, really deal well in the midfield with some of their talented players. A lot of these teams play a 4-3-3, and that center attacking midfielder for all these teams in the group is very good and very important. And so we need to make sure that with Jermaine Jones or Kyle Beckerman and Michael Bradley, that they do a good job of clogging the middle up, closing things down, and then when we win balls, we know that Michael has the mobility and the speed to get forward and to get into the attack and cause problems.
Well, Jesse, I'm intrigued by this diamond based on what I saw in that game against Mexico. Love the possession, love the attack. I'd love to see, though, different personnel employed against Turkey, perhaps even a Kyle Beckerman at the base of that diamond. But if U.S. fans look at that game against Turkey and the diamond shows up again, what should they be looking at to make sure, okay, yes, the diamond is in fact working?
Well, there's three things for me that would have to happen for it to be successful. First, Michael Bradley would have to be in a lot of little tight spaces ahead of the ball and be able to now manipulate himself to catch balls and see more things forward. When we saw against Azerbaijan, Michael was coming back deeper a lot and only could play backwards because there was no space or room to play. So that spacing and his ideas and his ability to see forward will be important. Second, outside backs have got to be getting forward more. And it oftentimes will require the midfielder, the outside midfielder, to come into deeper spots and then the outside back to go. And then that's where you really get the attack from the wing, which may actually require the outside midfielder to have more of a defensive role in the shape. Okay. And then the last thing is Jermaine Jones or Kyle Beckerman really needs to be good at balancing things out, seeing things early, covering ground, recovering balls when they're lost. And whoever that is, that will be maybe the biggest key to the success of the diamond in the midfield.
We'll see what Jurgen Klinsmann opts to do on Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, at Red Bull Arena against Turkey. Does he go back to the diamond formation, or perhaps does he use the 4-4-2 that Jesse has suggested here? Let us know what you think. What tactical formation do you think the U.S. should use moving forward, looking ahead to those Group G opponents in Brazil? Let us know in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time for another Brazil Bound presented by Castrol GTX High Mileage.